Am I live? Is that how it works? Is it live right now, right here in this building? Let's double check this. If I refresh the YouTube page. Oh, let's see. Yo, it is live. I'm pretty sure. I'd like to believe it is. If there's a Jamba currently watching this, could they verify whether this is or is not live? Because that'll be quite groovy. How do I share? How do I... Well, messages just pop up the top here. Regardless, I'm gonna give it like 5 to 10 minutes for people to show up. I think this is how. So hi, show chat. Yes, okay, good. Good. Yo is indeed live. Which, why then is it not showing on the big screen? Maybe I've just got to keep it in this presentation mode. Could be the way to go. Yo, more people have shown up. Very good stuff, very good stuff. All the people just joining us, I'm gonna give it about 5-10 minutes before we jump into the proper stream, so none of them latecomers get left behind, which is a good professional thing that most streamers do, I'm pretty sure. Which is quite good. I've never used one of these things before, so it's quite curious. I've got to resist the urge to make it full screen on the big screen, because I won't be able to see the comments. I don't know. I really don't know. If I'm watching... I can't have the YouTube video up, but I've got the comments down the side here, which is quite nice. Doesn't show emojis in the streaming software I'm using. So your little emoji Jambo was just the text and was very confusing for a moment. But it's all good these now. Look at this, ready? Oh, it didn't work. Did it? Oh no, yeah, okay, so that hides me. Where's this one? This one. Oh, and I can go back down here. All good stuff. There's a whole bunch of layouts I could do. That one's bad. That one's just really not good. This one... Yeah. Oh, okay, that's for more people. Good. Okay, nice. I'm gonna go back to the first one because it works the best. I didn't know that YouTube had unique emotes. I thought... I didn't really think about YouTube Live very much because I rarely participate in the proper live ones, like you guys are right now. But now that I know that that's potential to have silly, goofy little... Okay, maybe I need a YouTube tab open in the background, which I said not to do for bandwidth, but I don't know what that means. I think it's like when you're playing a guitar and the strings are like all a different width to give it a different like timbre or tone or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's mean. Let's go. There's a crab on screen. There is a crab on screen. I'm drawing a crabby themed guy tonight. But I'll jump more into that when the video starts videoing, if you know what I'm saying. Also, is it 8 p.m. for you guys? Because my computer's being very deceptive right now. Okay, it is. Yep, good. Nice. I need to get the YouTube video open. View on YouTube. It is 9 for you guys, but that's just because you've got daylight savings time, which is dumb and bad. A controversial opinion that could get me banned from YouTube forever. Oh, very good. I see what the little emojis look like now. Very cool. Let's go. Okay. Wow, this feels very fun. I've got my source of hydration here. Oh wait, I'll hold it that way. Yeah. Just good. I don't know why you'd want more. If the winter. Okay, so here's my opinion on daylight savings time. If it's winter and the day ends a little bit shorter, I would feel a lot happier knowing that at the time that it is currently in summer. So imagine that you're in winter and the sun goes down earlier, and you're like looking around and you're like, it's only 6 p.m. What the heck's happening? That's a much cooler experience than waking up an hour earlier to wake up at the same time you would normally in regular time. And then when the time comes in the afternoon, you don't get any experience of confusion or excitement that the season has changed. You're just like, oh, it's a little bit colder or a little bit warmer. Which, why is it 9 p.m. when it's summer now? Why do you still have a different... What does daylight savings time do? I don't know, but it's not the point of this. The point of this is to do art, which I will do in 4 minutes. I'll get cracking onto it. I want to research daylight savings time now, but I know this is not the time. I can give you a little preview of what's going on here in these screens. Wait. Oh no. Hang on. So I do that. It changes like that. Okay, good. Yes, okay. So I've got the first character one here, because it's going to be 2 separate boards if they're doing the character designs on. Because guess what? There's 2 separate characters that are going on here, which is cool stuff. I'm also realizing there's probably a delay on when responses come back for things that I say. So I'm still seeing talk about daylight savings time, which is going to be something I should probably factor into it. It's almost as though time in this sense is also being weird, like daylight savings time is. It's like a weird, dumb connection to be making. How many Pokemon in that Pokedex? I can want to get my sunset. Yes. It's bad. Just bad. Okay, what was I doing? That's right. So yeah, you've got the one character there, this character here, and then something related to this character in this third panel here. These funny little, goofy little goobers. Ooh. I noticed this last time I was using Photoshop on this streaming site, that it got a little bit wonky. So here's hoping there's no game-breaking errors in Photoshop that will just destroy all of my lovely art on stream. My first very ever stream. Solo stream. Okay, there's the comments there. At least 3. Good. As far as I know in Pokemon, you need at least 3 Pokemon before you can call yourself a Pokemaster. I also don't know what the sound suppression's like on here, so I don't know if like my lip smacky noises after drinking water will be picked up. And I equal parts hope that they do and that they don't. Because just the funny lip noises are just a humorous concept, but also not good audibly for people watching. But speaking about how many people are watching, is there a way that I can see that quickly? Okay, 4 watching now. Started stream 9 minutes ago. Very cool, very cool. Nice. Oh, I need to close the YouTube one in the background because that's like creepy. Yes, the Let's Make a Comic Book stream was the first stream that I've ever been on live, I'm pretty sure. I know that Robin at one point wanted to stream with me, but I think that we only ever just played collaborative games. No, not separate to streaming. So I'm pretty sure the comic book one was the first one. And now that 10 minutes has elapsed, I'm going to officially greet you all to this first ever stream. Hello and welcome, fringelims and fans, to Hypothetical Lads, Hypothetical Streams. Don't think that rhymed, but that would be cool if it did. So, on tonight's episode of the streaming thing nonsense that I just said, I'm going to be designing two characters for two separate ideas / projects that I've got going on, rocking around in this brain of mine. The first one, which I think I'll probably be drawing second. So maybe I'll start with the second one and talk you through that one first, given that's the one that's happening in chronological order. Is going to be Leviathan, one of the Great Dukes of Hell, and this is going to be for a project set in Hell. So he's kind of just going to like blend into the scenery here, but we still want to like give him an air of prestige and stuff like that. And the second one is Ramon, a robot who used to be a soldier but gave up that life to become a chef in like this sort of cottagecore, just like high fantasy is the one that takes place in modern time, so it's not that, but it's like a more modernized. No, not Has-Been Hotel. No, incorrect and bad. That's no. Can we ban this person? Actually, no. But robots was what I was talking about. Yeah, it's not high fantasy. It's like your regular fantasy with some steampunky aspects to it. Just quite urban fantasy. Is that the... Hang on. I've got a Google panel open up here. Urban fantasy is the one set in modern times. High fantasy is the one where it's just a little bit fancy. Epic fantasy, which is set in an alternate world, whereas low fantasy is when magical creatures and elements intrude upon the regular world. Okay. So let's just say it's fantasy then, because I don't think I'd want to subscribe to either of those two definitions for this one at this current point in time. But we're going to start on good old Leviathan here. And here are the little images I've collected, because like the biblical Leviathan, who was a big fish or something, this Leviathan is also going to have some like sea-themed elements to them. Unlike these ones here, I'm thinking he is probably going to have more of a humanoid appearance for plot reasons. But I wouldn't be opposed to doing something a bit more funky as well. These guys are mainly here for like body proportion ideas. But like with a lot of characters, I'll be starting with just designing the face part, which I'd like to lie and say is the most important part of the design process for me, which it is really, but it's also just the bit that I like drawing the most and is easiest to just like figure out first. So I'll be starting with that. And fashion-wise, I'm thinking sort of baroque, just like high-class, whatchamacallit, royalty, yeah, pretty much royalty vibes, but with like fancy deep-sea underwater color kind of thing, which color probably won't be something I get into this stream. This will probably be more just the sketching phase of things. But it'd be very much deep sea inspired armor with sort of like aquatic shell like things, which is why this adorable, delightful little crab man is here, as well as the weird armor that you can find in the Skyrim games. So I guess let's get started on this one. I know for certain. Hello, Toby. I know for certain that eyes-wise, gonna have big old sideways peepers. Probably try and find something a bit less cartoonish than this. Maybe like or let's see. I mean, the tiny pupils aren't that bad. I'll probably keep that one for this little sketch. Also, I'm not sure whether I should just do like a rough pencil sketch or try to just like go full line art first with the big confident lines. So I normally go full line art first with most of my sketches, but with a lot of my sketches, they're just like things I don't have a set mindset going into. It's just like a little creative exercise. So probably for this one, I'd want to go more with like a lighter pencil actually. Which I'll try and find one of those quickly enough in the large amounts of brushes that I've got. Let's see. I find brushes difficult to work with. No, what's it called? Pencils. Pencil brushes specifically difficult to work with. So I want something that's going to be transparent enough that I can draw over it, but not like completely see-through that I have to press hard to get a good image on. It's just an eraser, so that's not going to work. So there are those ones. Create ones. I think in this one I have some pencils. Just about going down far enough. Pencils high resolution. It's probably the one that I want. But which one? I mean, surely if I just start with this one and tweak some of the settings. That one feels weird. I want one with like a good texture. The dark watermark. Oh yes, it's quite cute, isn't it? That's one of the bonuses of streaming with StreamYard, is that you get an adorable little duck in the top corner, which is quite sweet. And you do love it. And you do make a good point there, Darla, about turning on the opacity. But I feel like unless I go into the curves and stuff and mess around with that, I mean, this is pretty good. This is good, actually. So I'll keep these eyes up here as like a little reference point. And I know that he's going to have these funky little eyes. Scary little eyes for my scary little guy. I don't want him to look too threatening, but probably threatening enough where you'd be able to tell that he's got wicked intent. If any of that tracks. Weird little things around here. Give him this little like, let's try and sketch out a little face potential here. I'm obviously going to explore a lot of different face shapes with this man. I think the first one to go with would be the classic skull shape. Just because skulls are very funny to work with when you're drawing general death-inspired things. I feel like this face is sort of more reserved for the likes of like evil little doctors and stuff like that. I need to give them defined royalty cheekbones in the next sketch. Some little pokey teeth down at the bottom here. Use brush or a marker pencil with low opacity. That's true. A marker brush could also be quite good, because I do just generally like the aesthetic of marker brushes more. But I'll see. I mean, this one's not too bad. It's coming up well enough for me, and I can see that it's looking pretty good on the stream up there. I haven't got too many ideas of what this little guy's personality is going to be like, but potentially there's an aspect of flirtation rocking around somewhere in there. I definitely didn't think that any of the like proper biblical meanings and stuff behind Leviathan would be great, but definitely a little wicked, chaotic man. I had some notes in the comic script that I was working on for this guy, so I could probably go into that at some point and check out what I had in there. But I think I like this face. I'd love to do like some Dunkleostery kinda just like messed up grill that that man's got. I don't know how I do it. I suppose the fleshiness around the eyes wouldn't matter so much as long as the sidewaysness does capture through in his later designs. Fishy boy. I mean, flirtations are like, if you're designing a devil character, I suppose that's probably one of the aspects you could compliment Has-Been Hotel on, is that when you're designing a character who's a bit hellish, they gotta be a little bit flirtatious. I mean, it comes with the territory, doesn't it? I don't personally know what it's like to be a little demon running about, doing little wicked schemes, but I'd certainly expect them to just get up to all kinds of little spooky stuff, you know? I reckon after I do this sketch, I'm going to do a bunch of little face silhouettes rather than having it like this, where I'm drawing the face from scratch. So I feel like silhouettes can allow me to do the details a bit more easier. This guy's kind of giving bugbear vibes, like aquatic bugbear vibes, which I'm not super opposed to. I'm liking the idea of the little, almost gremlin-y lips. Those horrible critters from... Is that maybe with the gremlins in it? Where like you put the water on them. They go from like little cute little guys to like these big gremlin-y things. I can't remember what the name is off the top of my head, but you know what? I'm sure it's something. Something gremlin-y. Gremlinoid. So these will be his ears. Which, I mean, he doesn't have to have ears if he's an aquatic boy. So I'll keep that in mind. Plus he's a demon. So, surely. I think it's... The horns go up like this. It is Ghoulies and Gremlins. Both of those franchises. He's got the big demon horns up here. It's quite nice. I mean, you can't have this beautiful face and not be a bit of a flirt sometimes. You know how it is. You know what it'd be like in the demon world. I feel like he'd have a more manicured beard. So he is royalty, but he's also a bit, not jaded, but like, he's just a bit sick and tired of that bougie lifestyle. The way most rich people get after living it up in bougie luxury. Get rid of these eyes up here for the moment. And move this little face concept up. Oh, uh-oh. Well, first of all, I should probably clean up my layers a little bit. Make a big folder just for reference images. Reference. Perfect. Take a little sip of water. It's important to stay hydrated. Don't choke on the water. That's not that's not recommended, actually. But it's the thought that counts. Oh, Boise. Okay. So then you move the little face up there. And then let's see. Get that whole silhouette going. That's the one. So let's just go. Probably not a blobby face like that. I figured that I probably should have expected when I made the joke about staying hydrated that water, the bane of my existence, will get caught in my throat and just create horrible shenanigans, which I'm not upset by. I'm glad I didn't actually die on stream, because that would have been a bad way to start off an art streaming career. But it's just good. Good for the funny sillies, I feel. Okay. So should I just do a bunch of these and then fill them in? Is probably the best way to go about it. Got some nice tall pointy ones. I wonder if they're like birds. They could be like birds. If they're like, they gotta dress up to try and attract people. I feel like I'm probably overplaying the flirtatiousness of this character because they're pretty minor. But what we see of them, hopefully a little bit flirty. Oh boy. Oh, let's see. Get some round shapes going. That could be good. That could be good. I mean, horns a must. I feel like they kind of are for demons. It's often a sad sight if you see a demon without his horns. Brings tears to my eyes, that's for sure. Something like that. Maybe the implication of ears here. This is a technique I learned in uni last year, which is how I made these guys, was that you draw the silhouette in grey first, and then you just sort of use either pen or different gradients to block out shapes. And then from that, you get something pretty cool, like this little guy. This funny little upturned horrible mouth situation. Or this funky little friend up here. So yeah, that's what I'm doing down hither and yonder. Because that way you don't get caught up on the details, at least in this initial stage. I'm not... I got worried for a second there, Anne, that your comment was directed at me. and was more relieved but not fully relieved when it was really directed at Amber. It's a problematic moment. Maybe some like funny little ears like this sticking out. Really go ham with the gremlin iconography. Do any fish have horns? Probably not. I don't think a fish would have horns, not in this day and age at least. That would have been a good reference if they did. I'm gonna just sort of take it as my interpretation of the moral world that we live in. Just like make it easier on myself. Just to take it the interpretation of Anne's comment that it wasn't directed at me. So I don't wanna cry tonight, so I feel like it'd just be better that way. Should I give him a hat? Not to encourage you, but it would take a little bit more than that for that kind of shenaniganery to be taking place. I mean, yeah, there's probably stuff on YouTube where you gotta get to a certain level for donations to happen. But you know what? You can test it out right now, and I'll guarantee you that I will not do any of the aforementioned things on stream. That's for bloody well sure. 500 longhorn cowfish. I need to look this up. Where do I... Oh, that's right. It's on the other screen. Longhorn cowfish. Doesn't sound real. And it isn't real. There's no way this thing can be real. No. No, this is just one of those science pranks. They tried hard though. Oh, very good. I've got to commend them, really. I'll get a little image in here to show you guys what we're dealing with. What we're trying to be fooled into thinking is real. So if I go into here, look at this guy. That's not a real thing. I'm sorry. It's just not true. And I won't be lied to like this. Not anymore. Ignoring those mischiefs. Yo. It's easy. Very good, very good. I feel like surely... I don't think YouTube will let me do that on stream. And what are you talking about fooling you with Crum's Castle? It's a real game, which actually, if anybody's watching this years in the future, studying human history, and the one thing that survived is my stream, you guys should check out the excellent game Crum's Castle. It's like a isometric, what's it called, 3D. I mean, it combines elements of different games. There's like Castlevania elements in it. There's also like an isometric 3D world exploration type thing. It just depends like which area you're in, I guess. It was very ahead of its times for 1997. But it's one of my favorite games, hands down. And I won't say any more, except it's spelled Crum's Castle, Kron, hello Dylan, Kastle. It's good. See? Jambo knows Mr. Castle personally. It's good. That's the one problem with this silhouette one. So it can be hard to... get an idea of what you're dealing with before it's too late. And you're stuck scribbling away in a very underwhelming sketch. So maybe I should break out the mold. Try to go down some incredible. But I want him to be humanoid-ish. So how do you, what? How many Pokemon are there now? Because I could have figured that there would be a lot more than 68 Pokemon. Because you said you started with 3, and now you've only got 65 Pokemon left to go. Unless you've jumped up from 3 to however many that would require. Because you've got Jigglypuff. You've got Ness. And what's his name? Got Isaacam. All very big Pokemon. You've got the shield one. I think his name was Bakugan. It was something like that. So imagine those are the 3 starter Pokemon you get off with. There's that little yellow Pokemon one with the lightning tail. I think his name's Neko Arc or something like that. But yeah. Surely there can't be that many Pokemon. 400 already seems like a bit of a stretch. No, I don't think it's Pikachu. I think that was Digimon. Sonic is one. I know that much. Yes. Yes, because there were 2 different yellow ones. There was the one that was made based on a cat that could shoot lightning. And there was the one that was based off of a mouse. Which I believe... Sonic's the cat... No, Sonic's the mouse one. Neko Arc is the cat one. Yeah, Pikachu's from something else. But isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Is also a Pokemon in the Pokemon universe. They look like a funny little kid with spiky hair who just has the word Duel. The only Pokemon with a stutter too. If I was your history teacher, Anne, and you were studying the misconceptions of Pokemon in a modern age, you would have passed with flying colours but gained no knowledge of any real-world events. Maybe Pikachu's are sort of one of those, like, you know, the old trope of the small hag, the pail of water, and the loaf of bread. Maybe it's one of those things where it's like a consistent design character across different genres and game situations. Because the small hag's in like a whole bunch of franchises. They're in Crom's Castle. I mean, there's more than that, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, the annoying thing about this, having it full screen, sharing to another screen, is that I can't go down to the bottom corner here and change the color like I desperately want to. So I have to open this weird color graph and figure out things from there. It's just not recommended, really. Oh, there's more room up here, though. I've got to be conservative with the space. which is great. What other face shapes even are there? I guess that's sort of your plain rectangle. With funny little ears. Big horns. For impressing all of the other demons. Like a weird little hair situation. Just another question. What kind of hair is this fella gonna have? I guess that's up for me to decide, isn't it? That's the trick, isn't it? Okay, so there we go. I've got some little funny little silhouettes going on down here now. Gonna move them up out of the way so they're not blocking off the lovely mood board images that I got going on. I don't think I get copy struck for having those images in place. Surely not. Surely not. A mullet could be good. Because it is set in like an Australian, as with a lot of my projects, it's going to be set in like a vaguely Australian fantasy world. So I should have stuff like a little mullet poking forth and other cultural icons. I don't think I'll include the racism. I'll try and not make that a central focus, but you know what? We'll see how we go. I figured you would, Amber, knowing you. Yes, okay. Getting them all grouped together all nicely. So I figure probably go maybe an hour and a half working away on each of these characters. Which would then mean that the stream would probably end at about 11 PM. Sounds like a right about amount of time. So now we're going to go, and I'm going to take the Toby approach, which is a classic pen with a little bit of that opacity gain going strong. Here we go. I feel like a mullet for a man is not as good. I feel like it depends on the mullet, Amber. I don't know if I'd suit a mullet. I feel like a nice wolf cut where it's just not, it's just enough not like a mullet for me to reconcile, to just feel happy with myself. No, I can't do the mullet. Not for myself. Surely. Because you see too many bad mullets out there, and I'd be worried that I'd get dye my hair green. Okay, the wonky bowl is hands down the best art. And probably it's like a little end of stream treat. I'll get open the little wonky bowl graphic that I've got rocking around on my desktop somewhere. Because the wonky bowl, you guys, is absolutely perfect. The best thing in the world. Neon green. So you see, I was with you until neon. Because if we think my outfits, what I'm currently wearing right now, is very like bug and just like greeny browny, naturey styling. So you know how it is. And I feel like that wouldn't. Neon green would be hard for me to style with. I need something that I could still be. Oh, those are the earlobes. Whoopsies. That's right. This man doesn't strike me as a guy who'd have those big stretched out earlobes. That thought bounced around in my head a couple of seconds, but I don't think so. He's just sort of like a washed out bourgeois, kind of bored of his average demon lifestyle, which you would get after like the 100th tortured soul. Look at this funny little guy. Funny little face. The eyes definitely need to be like this. How do I make him look more crab-like, though, is the question. He's got to be mollusked. Like this fellow. The beautiful teeth that is going on there. Just a delight. This is the ideal male form right here. So it needs to be sort of shell-like. I feel like technically, with enough confidence. Well, why is that that color? With enough confidence, any haircut is a haircut able to pull off. But I feel like it needs to sit right within me about the kind of hairstyle that I get. So I don't think I could ever get to a point where I will be content enough to get a... oh god. Uh-oh, shut it down. Shut it down. Fan art, yes, fine fan art, no. There were a couple drawings at Winton, and that gets a pass. Only draw Lego. I mean, a wonky bowl cut. I feel like we're really stepping over the line into wolfcut. Like we crossed the boundary from wolfcut territory very quickly, and I feel like we need to take a couple of steps back. Because wolfcut's a good haircut. Wolfcut kind of makes you look like one of those 70s musicians who's probably problematic in some way, but it was the 70s, so people didn't really think about it at that point in time. Which I'm not saying that's something to be desired, but their aesthetic was very on point. I feel like he looks a bit too goofy in this one. Though I kind of like the idea of having the things around his eyes. That's pretty good. Longer hair would definitely suit this guy a bit better, I think. Maybe no hair? No hair would be silly. And mullet, honestly, would probably suit this character well, because his nickname is going to be Levi. Oh, why is it this brush? Why is this the eraser? I don't want that at all. You never want that. What are you doing, Photoshop? That's also not what I needed. It's because you're not doing the bloody thing. Here we go. That's what we want, yeah. That's what we need, innit? Alrighty then. So mullet's kind of like that, isn't it? Let's go full mullet actually for this one. Big spiky hair. Because surely his end design is going to be an amalgamation of the worst parts of all of these characters. Yeah, that is true. I mean, I was already getting... No, I wouldn't say it's fan art. One of my characters got some fan art a little bit ago, which was quite mind-blowing. But I suppose, given the character, stretchy woman is probably not too hard to foresee. Look at Buzzcut. Now you raise an interesting point, because I have seen some characters in things that have kind of a cool short hair look, and I wonder how I would look with much, much shorter hair. But also, that's the kind of drastic change that I feel like might not be best, given how much I currently like long hair. I feel like for summer, it's not going to be good. Rat's tail is a definite no. Rat's tail is like beyond mullet. Rat's tail is sort of like a condensation of all of the worst mullets in the world condensed down into one haircut. Plus, it'd make me look. When I was a child, I had that kind of silly little short boy's hair. It made me look a bit like Anakin Skywalker in the second prequel movie, which is bad. And if I got a little rat's tail, then I would have that little Padawan braid that I do not want. That is not the aesthetic that anyone should try and achieve. Look at that goofy little goober. I don't know if I need opacity on this brush at this current point in time. But I do like the eyes. The eyes are something to think about. But they do leave something to be desired. So let's see. I mean, I could give him big fish eyes. That would be cool. And it wouldn't really break the idea that I've got going on. Because at one point he'll be disguised in like a human persona. And the eyes will be like the tip of what he's gonna actually be. You know how it is. But I feel like, because a person with a face can just have like little eyes like this. And that'll be fine. That'll be all goodsies in the neighborhoodsies. Buzz cut but a really long rat tail is so... You're trying to make me look like one of the background fighting characters in like a... Not a sports anime, like a shonen manga. I don't know why. I think that's because that's a haircut that not many real people go out and achieve. Hermit crab eyes could also be fun, but they need to be very sideways. Let's give them different things here. Oh yeah. Horrible little pupils like this. That's adding the sort of creep factor that I want. And so like a bony plate kind of thing. What about... Let's try this on for science. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, this could be it. This could be something to consider. Because there's a nose. You could just have horrible little nostrils like this. Because those kinds of nostrils are very bad and unpleasant to look at. But they're good. They're good in a sense, if you know what I'm saying. Look at that treachery. This evil little man right here. Right here, right now. Try and smooth off some of these nostrils. Just there. Perfect. Or maybe smooth them off around the corners too. There we go. That's looking like something. Sort of a shelly crustaceous look going on at the sides here. So he's definitely not going to be the handsomest little peach in a traditional sense in his crab-like form. Gonna be handsome devil-wise, which I could see some people being into. Cough, cough, nudge, nudge, but... Yep. Perfect timing, Amber. Very good work. Mullet. I should probably look up mullet in a Google tab, which is up here on the other page. Moulet, as I believe that they call them in the land of France. Oh, you see, I feel like I'd like the mullet if the fringe at the front was longer, which is just what a wolf cut is. Because oftentimes when I see the mullet, it's like 1-2 centimeters of hair on the top and sides of the head, and then regular long hair at the back. But I'm thinking like a couple inches at the top is better. Yeah, because so upsetting. Just so upsetting. I can't get behind them. I just can't, you guys. Okay, back to Photoshop. I've got some more ideas for this little guy's hairstyle. Is he a bat guy? Who's a bat guy? This little guy? He does have the kind of bat-looking ears, doesn't he? I haven't drawn him a mouth. I feel would probably be important. What's a good Dunkleosteus mouth? It's more the teeth, isn't it? Maybe the teeth coming... Oh, I forgot to think about the crab. Maybe crab with like a textured nose plate going along here could be good. Something like that might be nice. And then with a little bit of that horrible little toothy look to him. Now, I'm assuming the orcs in this world are going to look a little bit funky, a little bit scrunkled, if you will. A little bit horrid and unseemly. But, and that should probably extend to the demons of this world, rather than keeping them as sort of more human. But I want him to have like a suaveness to him. A suave. Like a man in like a nice tailored suit. That could just be because I did draw like a pretty suave Satan character a while ago. That sort of had like who's that guy from the Matrix movie? The man with like the black hair. Johnny Silverhands, that man. That man's got the similar vibes to another suave demon type that I drew a bit ago. There's also this funky little fellow over here who's got like kind of a scrunkled action going on. I feel like the face shape in this one isn't... Maybe the cheeks, the prominent cheeks. He kind of looks a bit too like roadshow clown currently. Which could be good for other characters. But not for this little man. This man is like unless him becoming this horrible thing and then going into like a pretty handsome human alter ego could be a fun thing to play around with. So that means that this... Okay, so the curls... Give him a quick little... fun little curly mullet. Because curly mullet is the best mullet. So if I had curly hair, I knew I could suit a mullet just perfectly. Insane. Do I want to look that up, Amber? Is the question. I don't know if that is a thing that I need to see. Oh, it's one of those things. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I like the idea of the character having defined cheeks. But I feel like I don't want anywhere near that amount. Because that amount is a little bit scary and intimidating. But this character here definitely has that. They've gone in for that good cheek reduction surgery. As is a popular thing to do down in the depths of hell. Demons are very sensitive about their cheeks. You know how it be. You don't have good strong cheeks. Is that an 8-ball? Why are we bringing pool into this? What's going on there, darling? What's rocking around in that brain of yours? Yeah, curly mullet never goes wrong. Straight mullets, they can be quite hit or miss. It sort of just all depends how far they are on the wolf cut spectrum, really. Because I've definitely seen straight mullets that look quite groovy. They're quite nice. I think it does just also depend on if you have a scooter or not. So if you're a man on a mullet, man or child on a mullet, with a mullet on a scooter, and that's just sort of two worrying factors. Because you know how people get when they're on scooters, plus the power that comes from having a mullet. Capable of a lot of things, and it's not a good power to wield. Trust me. I know. Before becoming an artist, there was a scary part of my life where I was gearing up to be a skate professional, someone that could have even competed in Skate Death 2023. And nearly drove me to the terrifying levels of national skate fame. And it all did go a bit to my head, and I was very glad to get pulled out of there back in high school. As you should, Dalla. I need to go back into YouTube to see what it looks like. If you're on YouTube, guys, you kids these days using your newfangled emojis. Oh boy. Oh boy. Skate Death to be mentioned. Don't even. It's coming in. It's coming in hot. Hot as a demon with a funny little mullet and what's it called? That's the one. Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to guide your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. And more. Streaming tips. Thank you, YouTube. Don't you know about this content? Who's your friends? Oh, yes, okay. Nice. I feel like I don't currently have the... Yo, we've approved. Let's go. How long is that for then, Amber? Is that for a full week? Is that what we're talking about here? For any of those not in the know, Amber is an upcoming astronaut who will be going up your 12th to the 20th. Hell yeah. That's more than a week. That's a whole extra day. Being up in space, looking for Young single aliens. Very good work, Amber. I don't like this man. There's something about him. It's off-putting. The eyes are good. I feel like the eyes could stay the same. Large, big, sideways eyes. Those fit the bill. That's bloody well sure. 12th to 20th. I'm not... Oh, yes, I am. I am an old man. I was getting my bits confused. It is my birthday coming up in about 2 months' time. But... I was thrown off there. You see, I also don't feel like those are very creepy eyes. There's the potential for these eyes where it's like really, really spoopy. Those just feel a bit too cutesy. That's bad. Definitely want to have distinct eyes. Oh, you factored in the time on plane. I see. How long does it take to get up from Adelaide to the good old BR? Horrendous. These eyes are good for now. Are they expressible? So if that could move down from there. Yeah, that should be fine. It's gonna have sort of like a dragon scale look, probably. Like this kind of thing. I suppose it would depend which planes you catch. There's the luxury ones that go nice and slow, that don't break the sound barrier. And there's the old rickety economy planes that get you where you need to go fast, but probably not in one piece. I see. It could have been UN. It could have. He needs a nose. That's for sure. But what kind of nose? What kind of nose suits a man like this? Does he need a nose? Probably not, actually, really. You probably wouldn't want to smell or breathe in anything in hell. I feel like you want to avoid that as much as possible. But if he doesn't have a nose, then he's not very human. Maybe I could give him a pointy nose. I do love me good old pointy noses. Like that. That's a good nose right there. You see, this could be good. He needs facial hair. So maybe from there onwards. That's where he gets some facial hair going. Crab windshield wipers? Oh, true. They do have those funky little things to wipe off their eyes with. Because he wouldn't blink. Man can't blink. That's now a canon fact. If he has one of these mouths with the teeth exposed like this, it's going to be a bit problematic to draw him with different facial expressions. So I should probably keep that in mind. Give him more of a proper mouthy look. I mean, this is also cool, where they're just like regular person, but I feel like I need them to be a bit more alien. Just myself. What about if the nose has like a little multi-layered thing like this? So it could blend more into his armor when he's got his armor on. Some hoary lions. Because everyone in... Nope. Normally everyone in my worlds deserve hoary lions. They're just like a fun little thing to have. And they all look a little bit too hoary. I feel like you can't really tell the nose is leading off from that point. Now it just looks like a top lip, doesn't it? Problematic. Problematic. I mean, he could have a mustache too. No. Well, there may be. Mustache that blends in like this. Could be good. Could be good. He's definitely going to have a bit of a fishy mouth, that's for sure. But if all of this around here is facial hair, that could be quite good, couldn't it? Ooh, popcorn would be good. I should get something like that really requires you to chew a lot, then lean in really close to the microphone, and then just sort of eat that while I stream. I feel could make for like a nice impression. He has a spiky beard. Spiky but not unkempt. Like he's deliberately spiked it each morning for the past 25 minutes. To a point where it's so stiff that not even a seal sword could break through. This horrible man. Let him go. Horrible, fishy freak of a guy. Perfect man. He's a cutie pie. This would tie into his nautical themes. He's got that sort of like angry drunk sailor beard going on right now. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, that's for bloody well sure. Something like this, maybe. I don't like the top of the face situation. Very clearly needs more shell. Like he's a ghost in one or something like that. True. And when you get back, can I have some popcorn? Which I do realize now that I've said that. That's not really... She's not really gonna hear that unless she's just sat down right now. Which I feel she wouldn't have. I feel like her timing's not that good. That beautiful face. I nose brow like this might not be so bad. Because that's very fishy. The eyes aren't exactly fishy. Which maybe I could fix right now. Oh god, I was gonna give him whites in his eyes, but I do kind of like the horror that is. So let's see what it's like. See, that makes him look more cute. So, no, it doesn't. Either way, he's going to look a bit horrible, which I like. I approve of that. I feel like the glassy eyes of a fish. Something you don't often see on a demon from hell. Oh, you did have your earphones in. Let's go. That is a tricky predicament you've put us in right there, Amber. I mean, I feel like it's a good deal, but there'd probably be a catch to it. Forehead situation. That bloody cat is back again. For the past however many weeks, an evil black and white cat has been sneaking into our yard to try and lure our good, law-abiding, God-worshipping cats out into the yard to do Lord knows what. Start a fight club with them. And it's out there now, meowing away. But I can't leave my post to go and chase it away with a little squirt gun. Can't do it. I won't do that to you guys. I'll give you a fist bump instead. That could work. What's the little love heart in the corner mean? Oh, I don't know what's that? What did that do? Oh, that's on actual YouTube. Gotcha. Good. Okay. Good. Okay, nice. Now we've got that all cleared up. No hair definitely is a look that would sell his demon. Demon quality is a bit better. And his fish quality is a bit better. So, I mean, look at that. That's just a good face right there. Horns on a fish. Something that we've established is an impossibility. I guess you could have horns that kind of look like crab claws. That'd be a little bit fun. That'd be a little bit funky fresh. I do dare say I like the idea of that kind of. Why do they have weird little... Yeah, they've got the nubbins. So it kind of be like this, wouldn't it? Weird crabby hair. Crabby Taloned McGee. And I shouldn't have to worry about the redurability of this man too many times. So I don't think he's going to have too lasting a presence. He'll be appearing once or twice in his demon form, and once or twice in his human form, which I already have designed, but cannot show you guys for fear of spoilers. But I probably should do something to simplify his horrible little face cronklage. You see, I want to get the squirt gun, and the squirt gun is quite good. It's got a big reach for a squirt gun. But it's not something that... It's not something that... Thingamabob. From the looks of the YouTube chat, some comments are being filtered out. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the case. It could be likely. Oh, whoa. Okay, so there is moderation available to me as a person streaming. That's terrifying. feel like this hair, these ears, not working. But they could be reaccommodated for like some little funky little wisps down here. Some hair just there, and some hair just here. Makes me feel happy to drink a ginger beer. Yeah, okay. The hair's very much not even. That does upset me. So maybe just for now, in this early concept stage, I'll do the cheeky digital art cop and drop. It's where you copy it, you flip it, and you drop it. Cop flip. Ugh, that's not what I wanted. Way to go. There it goes. Thought you got away from me, didn't you? That's not how it's gonna work out. Not around here, that's for bloody well sure. Yes, okay. Yes. Yes, that's it. You like it. That's good. Merge that one down. There are no thoughts in this man's head. Something I want to convey. But he definitely needs more of a mullet. That's for sure. Yes, interesting. Very cool. Wowzers. There's definitely a couple of comments that have slipped through on the StreamYard studio that have not shown up on the YouTube video. So I feel like there's some kind of filtering in place down there, which is probably for the best. Don't want to accidentally get struck down in my prone. It could be that I only get around to doing the little demon faces tonight, given how our time's currently progressing. Which might just mean that I have to do robot streams another night. Because I do have fun things planned for that character. I was thinking like a sort of Warforged from D&D kind of deal. Except that a bunch of the panelings, here was like an original drawing that I did of the fellow. But a bunch of like the chest plate panelings also double as like those funky little cooking utensils. Like you could have a strainer on one shoulder blade. And like whatever these horrible torch machine looking things. There's like a couple little breastplates and stuff like that. Shoulder pads. Greater against one arm. Because that would be quite funky. It's like a little metal machinery kitchen utensil guy. Be quite good. Yeah, he also just definitely needs to be a lot chunkier than this. A big hefty boy. Sort of a mix between this man up here and this man down here in terms of build. But anyway, back to a little demon boy. A centuries-year-old wicked evil man. With very little patience for the follies of humankind. As one should have in that line of work. Oh, God. These eyes are very much piercing the soul. Who does this remind me of? This man's reminding me of someone. Oh, what's happening with your keyboard, Jambo? Have you been content striked? Did you say too many slurs? What's going on there? Oh, that's not what's showing up on my end. You only see question marks. Oh, that's incredible. Oh, wow. How splendid. I suppose that is kind of what you get for being an iPad user. Don't like the face shape down here. Or the nose. That might be a better nose. As much as I like the idea of just like a little messed up little guy. The eyes are a bit big on this one too. I've got to keep that in mind. Smaller eyes is probably what I'd want. Could lean into that funny little teeth sticking out at the side demon idea. Because that's always fun. I do quite like the YouTube emojis. It reminds me of the little drawings that Jimbo does sometimes. They're just like a little bit problematic, but not in a bad way. Definitely liking the more humanoid chin this guy's got going on down here. Maybe human lower half, fish top half. Just like mermaids. The real mermaids. Oh, I mean, yippee. Jambo fixed our keyboard. Very good work. Spiky urchin beard. Good concept. Good work. The little plates of his eyes could work as little eyebrows. Then how would I communicate to their plates? So I go like that. And that just doesn't really communicate much. Unless they're slightly raised. He is a Shelley boy. After all, it's said and done. See, he's just not fishy enough in this version. He needs more fishy aspects to him. This could work. Yeah, I do like the little horror that I had going on in the other guy. Well, it's sort of like this. There's room for a diamond-like patch on the top of his head. And room for mullet. Mullet could stick out the sides. No, mullet's not gonna work there, is it? It's not. No. Oh, he could have that thing. You've got little. It's not a widow's peak, but it's where you have the hair slicked back. Off the top here. Tied back hair could be good. Yo. Moo. Very good, very good, very good. Beady eyes like a snailfish could be good. But there's the problem there. Is that the humanoid version of said character is gonna have horrible demon eyes that you cover to like disguise and blend in. Though tiny eyes could be quite good. That could work. What's the snailfish look like? That'll help. That'll help me sway me. Snailfish. Oh. I mean, yeah, that's pretty horrid. Oh! Oh, that's so nasty. Oh, why do they look like that? Oh, boy. Oh, wow. I mean, it's just not a good angle at this one. Oh. It's like all the worst parts of a blobfish combined into one unholy being. Because then... I'm sorry, but it's just my gut reaction to those little horrible, terrible things. I'll get the image. The image that I saw that made me shudder will probably help sway you to my side of him just not looking so fresh. Because I saw this image and I was just like, that is not, that's just not comforting. It's just quite bad. The rest of the snailfishes are kind of cute, but this one is just a nightmare that knows no bounds kind of deal. They are kind of cute, but this guy here, like, they just look, there's the puckered lips, tiny beady eyes. It's just awful. Yeah, but hagfish are funny tube worms. I'm gonna turn his opacity down to 5% so that he's there in the background if you look hard enough. Maybe 10%, just a little bit more. That's good. I'm gonna keep drawing. Listen, I'm not saying that one, this one, really. I just feel like tiny beady eyes is just. It's just a little bit disconcerting. It's like pale, wrinkly. It's just not. Maybe it was a little hand drawn thing, but the idea that I could encounter that while swimming in the ocean just makes me upset. They are quite silly. I'm saying that them as a whole, quite good. Select few images of them from the front where they kind of look like people but still very much look like fish are extremely upsetting and should be burned off the internet. I'm just speaking a truth that you guys don't know. I'm on the right side of history. Also, I feel like you can't complain about me being an animal hater when you dislike one of the best animals on this earth, and hashtag Luke is not silly. Now that would just be a downright lie. Capybara, capybara. They're great, Anne. They're so sweet. Now there's a cute animal. And there's a cute animal with tiny little eyes, with little beady pinpricks. It's because there's more texture going on. The fact that it's just the tiny eyes on the fish is morally just problematic. Impeccable. Very good work, Lewis. If I touch the ocean, then I will get sent back to the horrible fish family that imprisoned me 50 years ago. And I don't want that. Thank you very much, Toby. Okay, just for you guys. We're going full into beady eye territory. I'm also worried these will make him look a bit too old. Like, he is an ancient being, but he's got like the fresh demeanor of a vampire trapped in time who still decides to go to high school for whatever reason. Maybe I need to abandon my preconceived notions of this guy being like a handsome, mustachioed Keanu Reeves type and fully embrace Fishman. Should have taken some inspiration from good old hit classic manga One Piece, because their fishmen are all quite spectacular in their own right. Including the one with the big kissy lips. Like, he's just very upsetting, but it works. I left that fish part of me behind. Just so you know. Settings. What's in settings? When I was watching other artist streams to get an idea of what to do before this one, I saw them talk about latency. But I didn't know what that was, and I just assumed it wasn't something I needed to worry about. I stand by that take. It's something I very much like to do on characters, which is to give them little pointy beards that go out to the sides like this. Or hair, if the hairstyle goes out like that, and then the beard goes out like this, it's like peak character design. Ugh. Beady eyes staring into my soul. You guys might be winning me over to beady eyes. I don't want it to be true, but they're kind of working. You see, because that kind of works. I feel like you need some hair going on there. But that kind of works. Another win for Snailfish. Because, I mean, yeah, maybe if I make the eyes just like a little more. Let me move this one, don't I? Not like that far. Something like that could be good. Because then there's the opportunity here for a funny little zoom in where it zooms all the way into the tiny little eye. It's like got all funny like little colors in it. That could be good. I like this little guy, but I don't know if he's working for... The idea of the character was. Like, it's a good little design. But it's probably... It's better physically than the other character would have been, I think. Oh! I know what I should do with his ears. There are merfolk in this world that have, like, funny little ears like this. And I do like that. Yeah. Probably don't need the references so much for this moment in time. A bit more moved moved outwards a little. Oh, it could be like when people have those funny little collars on. You know how they be. Like, not Batman. I don't know why Batman was the first thing to come into my mind. But, like those little funny ruffs that go all the way up past their necks. Yeah. This is looking nice. I'm gonna move him. That's a problematic thing about Photoshop, is that you can't move two objects in a lasso tool at once. Look at that. But so now I need to move this one across. Selected pixels shouldn't be empty because I should be on the right layer. There's something like around here, probably. Yeah. So I do like this. I can mirror that on the other side. That would be cool. Fishy boy. The pipes are calling out for fishy boy. I believe, Jambo, to change your YouTube PFP, you've got to go down and there'll be like a little thumbs up button just below this video. And then when you click on that, I'm pretty sure it takes you to like the change thingamabob menu. I think that's how it works. No, it doesn't work. And probably don't unclick the button, but go somewhere and find out the actual way to do it. More. Some kind of coral shape with the horns could be cool. You know what I'm saying? Why is it like that? Okay. But then he'd look a bit too antlery, wouldn't he? Which isn't quite what I want to go. What do fish bones look like? Fish bones, diling, 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 diling. Fish bones, diling, 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 diling. Fish bones. Because they've got like a funny rib cage, but I don't know if it's that distinct. I'm not going to give you my location, Google. So could you just pipe down on that one? I don't want you having it. I know what you're going to do. You're going to come into my house. And you're going to steal all of the leftovers that I was planning to eat for breakfast the next day. And I don't want that happening. Sawfish could be good as well. It wouldn't make much sense, but it would look cool. I suppose it would make enough sense given that he's just like fish person. Probably not like that though. Probably more going outwards like this. So those little barbs are kind of groovy. I think it kind of looks a bit too much like that Weevil person in that Weevil Rock You music video. No, from the Pokemon games. I can't remember what he's called, but he's like based off of a Weevil kind of thing. Yeah, I just don't think that sells the fishiness. Sorry, sir, but I'm removing your very cool horns. Maybe for another demon character could have horns like that. But not this young, fine young gent. Are there any horned fish in prehistory? What's a normal Lucaris look like again? Oh, they're just the goofy guys with little tendril faces. Hallucigenia was the one that I was thinking of. Because they look nightmarish. Which could work for a demon as old as time. More. Lots of horns. Pinsir? Pinsir. Oh, that's the Weevil guy. I mean, well, what if? Needs more fish. I do agree. Does he need horns? Probably, eh? Now let's just see. Make him that slicked back haircut. That's good. I like that. And the horns can come out from here instead. Waiting tangents would be a bit tricky. Indeed, is a friend in need. Although, we think about it this way. Statue of Liberty style multi-horn utility head could be good. See an enemy hair, perhaps. Complete with own clown fish. The fish whispers terrible things. That is quite nice. Oh. This again does make me question the idea of redrawability with this man. He's got a complex design. If he doesn't show up often, it's probably not going to be too problematic, you wouldn't hope. Okay, I've done enough messing around with that little fellow. It's time to move on. Slightly larger eyes. Still a little beady. But large enough for little pupils like this. So I do love me some little pupils like this. That's why this fellow, this guy, I like this fellow a lot. Maybe something like this could be good. Like a weird gummy mouth. It is a crab that wears coral. Yeah, I think it gets like a big sponge. And it sticks it to its head and then the sponge deflates. Is that the hairy crab? Hairy crab. Or is that just the crab that's got hair on it? Yes, it is the hairy crab. It gets like a little sponge beret. People call this thing horrifying, and I will admit, it does strike some strange emotions in me. But this guy is certifiably cute. I mean, look at him. Look at that little hat of his. A little beret leader. He's ready to become a poet or a revolutionary or something like that. Sweet little guy. The candy crab? Candy crab. Oh, that is quite good. And I do like the idea of spikes. Wow. I like whoever named this thing Candy Crab. As though the first instinct you see when you see this thing covered head to toe in tiny, wicked looking spikes is to just pop it straight in your mouth hole. Which I'll be doing on another stream at some point now that I know that I need him in my life. Good work, Amber. You see, that is the moral predicament. Not the moral predicament, but the predicament in its own right. That if I saw that in a box of candies, I wouldn't hesitate to just chuck them in my mouth and crunch down. But swimming in the sea, I feel then I would recognize the danger at putting a sharp thing in mouth. So if I'm basing this one more off of that one, I kind of need him to go more around like... I mean, look at him. Oh god, I already don't like where this is going. But honestly, it could work. Because he does eat a fair bit in his appearance. And having a big maw, a large maw, could work. Yes, okay. Mr. Crabman, bring me a crab. Make him the sweetest, the crab that is crab. Mr. Crabman, bring me a crab. Make his limbs pointy, pointy to stab. Make him the sweetest, sweetest little crab. Dum 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 dum. Now we run into a problematic quandary, which could just be to have it so this shell tucks around behind him and his chin pokes forward. I don't know how difficult that would be to draw in other angles, but I won't consider that, not right now at least. Maybe I should. I feel like it would work. Surely. Your split screening buddies. How is your Duo Klingo going? Oh boy. Well, I guess Duo Klingo will have to wait for another night. What's your current streak at, buddy pal? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Something about this, man. 206. Jeepers creepers. That's a good number. Very good work, Jimbo. Oh. I hope the rest of your night is filled with fear and just terror. Terror and fear, Toby. You're getting buggles, and I wish you luck in your upcoming struggles. Good night, my friend. Oh, who's Froggy? Do I know Froggy? Is this someone new? If so, then hello, Froggy. Oh, it's Jimbo. Very good. Hail and well met, dear Jimbo. Good and friend of mine. The British are here. There is something quite good about this little man. That Candy Crab suggestion was a good one. You always make me feel safe, Jimby. I do know where the cameras are hidden, though. There's also the curly wig consideration. Because if his outfit's going to be leaning into that Baroque aesthetic, that is a big part. But I kind of like this little spiky hair deal. I'll have to make sharp screeching sounds into the microphone to keep her awake then. Some of my best Velociraptor impressions. No. I feel like this man is good as he is. I feel like there should be some way. I feel like he needs hair, or maybe a beard. But also, he's kind of perfect. Feels fatherly into my... This silhouette's fun. Maybe I should save that one till last. Save the best till last. An approach I take when I eat all of my meals. How dare... No. I need to put on a kind and nurturing front for all the YouTubers, the YouTube watchers who come later. I wish you a wonderful night, darling, and hope that you sleep on a cotton of dreams. There you go. Good night in Frenchman. I feel like I will probably go for another hour and then call it a night. Or at least I'll go until these little guys are done. Because sleep is something that would be wise to acquire on this fine night of ours. Pig. Be gone. You might be getting your wish, Jambo. I definitely need to be more spaced out there. Oh no. Uh-oh. How'd that happen? Wrong way of shenanigans. There we go. It do be hermit crab hours. You can't really compare to a hermit crab. I've never met a crab that so thoroughly steals your heart within the first few instances of meeting it. Yeah, Jar Jar Binks' comparison is not great. However, as long as I don't give him buck teeth, a very long tongue, weird little ear flap. Well, he's kind of got like weird little ear flap looking things at the moment. You owned 3 hermit crabs? Is that a thing you can do? Just own a crab? Can you truly own a crab? Or does the crab own you? That's a question I'd like the folks watching at home to ponder. 12 decades before getting back to me. Wow. Being trusted with crabs at the age of 4 is a very, very dangerous game for a parent to play. I feel like hermit crab, while funny ideas-wise, could make it hard to depict emotions. Unless, of course, I get funky with the way his eye stalks move. Which could be something fun to consider. And he feels a little too goofy now. It could probably be. I mean, it is a comedy comic. So maybe I shouldn't stray away from it. Was it Onesie, that ramen guy who had the big buggy out eyes in One Piece Lewis? The one that Sanji fought on the train. This guy's eyes are kind of making me think of him. And I don't like thinking of him. No, those ones would be impossible to draw. No, sorry. No, in a bajillion years. However, on the contrary, funny fish ears. Little gills. Could be good. kind of gargoyle-esque now. Which when I was a kid, there was some, I think, book reading program, like online thing, where you got rewarded with little collectible cards each time you read something or did some kind of learning activity. And there was this gargoyle series. And I really wanted to get them all. And I believe that I printed them out at one point. Because I just liked their little funny little design so much. But I can't for the life of me remember what the service was or what any of the gargoyles were called. And I feel like this is a tragic lost memory that I have not thought about till this very moment. Cool. Yeah, I'll keep that in there. 2 more to go, folks, so I think it's time that I have myself a fisherman's friend. Does anyone else want one? This is the last one, actually, so I apologize, friends. Now, I know. I mean, I could get the... I kind of put it in my mouth and immediately just crunched down on it. I didn't leave much room for it to myself to savor it. But I could pick off the little bits on my teeth if anyone wants one of them. I know it's a tempting offer. Yeah. I feel like if there's last of something, like if there's only one of the thing left, then normally I would eat it at light speed pace and then and then think back and realize, oh hey, I could have savored that. But it doesn't happen. And I was like, wow, if I just paced myself. Looks like a frog? Which one? This little guy back here? Or this little silhouette here? Will Lewis? Lewis or Anne. It could be Anne. Recent shenanigans have made me hesitant to trust that I know which one of you is who I'm talking to. Oh, yeah. If I wasn't already, what's it called? I feel like it'll be fun to do one of those telephone games, and then at the end, like maybe like get 2 weeks in, and then two people work on the same drawing and fuse them together, and pass them over to the next person who draws their own version. And the next week after that, a different two people fuse them together, type dealio. Emilio Bedelio, if you will. I understand now. Incredible. Bahaha Anise would be a great band name. Oh, oh. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna interrupt progress on this little guy. Because what if Crabclaw Man? Oh, Black Wednesday. Oh, Boise. Wait, is there Black Friday and Black Wednesday? Is there like a whole week dedicated to making people all rush to fight each other during clearance sales? Oh, do I need to like oil up the frog? Why do I need to oil up the frog? Oh, birthdays, of course. I wish you luck on that, Cody. Well, that probably means Dangerfield will be having their sales soon. It's a bad thought. So it doesn't rust. Oh. Yeah, I suppose metal does rust, but if it's in a cabinet. Also, would rust add to the aesthetic of a little metal frog? Just throwing it out there. I feel like this little guy should be something to consider. So they keep getting oily and full of mucus. I don't know what would be a more comforting thought. Frogs just constantly be covered in WD-40, or frogs covered in their own mucus and just sort of like slimy byproducts. There is a type of frog that has the bone weapons. Isn't that lizard as well that like pushes its ribs out through its skin, like its sides, to stop predators from eating it? Which I feel like surely there has to be like a less painful defense mechanism to evolve. I need to check YouTube to see if that one slipped through. Because if so, that would be incredible. Please tell me. Oh, it did. Oh, thank God. Very good, very good. Trichobatrachus robustus. One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you, get you, get you, get you. I feel like crab claws around the eyes is a concept I'll definitely explore another night. Because that does speak to me. I feel like it needs workshopping. As with most ideas. Because crab claw mustache, also quite entertaining. And I can give him the snaggly demon nose. You gotta have the snaggly demon nose. How do you tag people? It's a good question, Jambo. I feel like the beady eyes have won me over. Because it's just, I don't know, it's kind of peak little eye. It's kind of the perfect balance. Hashtag Jambo. No! Oh, uh-oh. Oh, Boise. Oh, Boise, howsy wowsy jowsers even. Uh-oh. Mission control. A crisis has been detected. Drawing on the wrong layer. Okay. Let's just try this, see if it works. Don't panic, don't freak out, you guys. Oh, even those layers. No! Uh-oh. Oh boy. Hang on. If I get off the YouTube stream, I can redraw it. Uh-oh. Let's see. If I go view on YouTube. Impeccable. A classic blunder. Manocleus. It's what you get for using Ding Dang Photoshop here. Yeah, okay. So now. Oh. What a little stumble that was. Let's see. How far back can I go? That far back. Good. Great. You know what? Let's just bite the bullet. Redraw over the sketch. Okay. Won't be able to check chat for a bit, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think any comment with a swear word in it gets filtered out by YouTube. It's problematic. Problematic in this day and age. I probably could change that in settings. But I know that YouTube's just not great with the swears anyway. Which, I mean, fair enough. People use swear words, corrupting the moral code or something like that. Yeah, if I wasn't worried that this video would be affected if I swore, I would place a comedically timed F or S word just right after that sentence. So imagine that I did that and chuckle to yourselves. There's also Instagram lives, which hold somewhat of an appeal. And by that I mean barely none. Can you tag people in YouTube? I feel like it would equal parts make sense and not make sense if you could. Nothing? What if I do a quick Google search? Can you tag people on YouTube Live? Seems it's possible. Oh. The mystery continues. And I'm sure you'll figure it out. You are the leader of our organization, after all. And once again, we run into the problem. Anime emoji has to be my least favorite so far. If he had hair, I'd be more comfortable. That one. I feel like there are some slight tangents on some of these. Make them a bit hard to decipher at first. I could have just had my mind poisoned to tangents in our class. There is something quite entertaining about big crab claw mustache. Snapshot when he's upset, but then this one up here too is good. Any number of these freaks have potential. Still another bug-eyed boy. Oh, though I think the original one I had was sort of more of a that kind of look. Which I do kind of appreciate. I might be being swayed back from the bug-eyed. I'm going to not draw on this layer again. Learn my lesson from last time. No, they definitely need to be properly pupil-shaped. Ooh, yep, okay. Now I need to move these guys. How dare you pass me, draw everything so close together. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, Anne. You really need to pick up your octopi from Broken Hill. Why do you guys own octopi? These live octopi? Or is this another Broken Hill thing? What? Why do you have octopus? Oh, okay. Thank the gods above. I was worried for a second there. I feel like octopus are intelligent enough that I feel moral qualms about keeping them as pets. If this was then a clay project for high school art, do any pictures survive of these octopi? Elbow cough. Good work, Dylan. It's nice to see kids your age covering their coughs. I forget, that's probably a... That's... They called the dabbing emoji elbow cough. Really? Wow. That is something else, isn't it? At least have the gall to call it what it is. That little goober does indeed strike quite the resemblance, Amber. Okay, now that all of these terrifying little critters have been drawn up, I suppose it's probably time for me to put a little number next to them and gauge audience response. That's right, it's time for Votorama, best named game show segment this side of the world. I feel like this guy does need horns. Maybe not horns, but maybe eyebrows that continue up into horns. Votorama postponed till further notice. Yeah, baby. That's what you like to see. Delightful man. Yeah, crab pole. Crab pole soon. The crab pole is a little old pole where we can crab together. Crab pole, baby. Right, I think. That's right. Move this man over here. This is kind of a concerning silhouette, so I'm going to hide that momentarily. How do I move these faces more generously? Oh, okay. Curious. Which then means that I did indeed draw in the wrong layer, didn't I? No. Oh. What does this information mean? Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the way it was. That's a good enough spacing for now. Now it's time for the numbering. Uno, duno, three-no. I'll put four-no here. Five-no. Seis-no. Seven-no. Eight-no. Nine-no. 10-no. Then switch these two. Maybe quickly. There we go. Alrighty, it's time for the crab poll. If you guys could comment on which one of these designs you like best, using the little numbers. Welcome to Sleepy Time AFM. We've got a message here for Anne Mandani, which is to keep them peepers open, because the stream is gonna come to an end very soon. After this crab hole. I'll even put it into full screen mode. So you get all of the crab, none of the pole. Maybe all of the pole, none of the crab. I do want to do an ASMR video where I'm all whispering into the mic, and then I accidentally drop a bunch of really loud metal pots and pans, and they just sort of go all clanging all over the place. Parts of 10, 7, and 5, you say? Okay, I'm going to put a little green dot next to these numbers. Yo, Lou! You have joined in the ending part, unless you've been here for a little bit. That's a good question, but it's good to see you here. So that is 10, 7, and 5. Ooh. 10 and 7. Very good. 10 and 7 seem to be some popular calamari. What about you, Dylan Lewis and Angemine Pippinsby? Oh, Dylan's going defo 10. Very good. He does have a good little funky face. He looks the cheeriest out of them all. Well, except for the top two. Which I should zoom out a little bit. 10, 7, and 3. Ooh. He is very cool too. Ooh. Very nice, very nice. Is that all for the crab poll? Any last whatchamacallits? Who's call it whatchamajams? I'll go to the thingamabob. Can I see what the thingamabob is? Let's see. Oh, very good. Alrighty then. I feel like based on this final verdict, it channels the inner crab. Kind of crab man. Do you like 6-2? Uh-oh. Here we go. You see, I feel like I could do... I definitely like the utilization of the crab claw in number 6. Because my thoughts are... I like the lower half of the face in number 10. Because they're just very round and jolly. But I feel like he needs some hair. He needs that mullet. Which is where... None of them are really selling the mullet look, though. Just slightly problematic. Maybe if I make the big horn things that come up from his eyebrows even larger and make those more into crab claws as well. And then incorporate some other cool stuff. Maybe make the mouth a bit longer. I feel like I could have a promising design on my hands. Ooh, Lewis sneaking in with a 7, an 8 and a 10. Ooh. Very nice. This little 10 guy seems to be a popular little friend of mine. Very cool, very cool. Alrighty then, I believe that does conclude the crab poll, which means that it's probably the stream is coming to a close. I didn't do what's it called? Didn't get on to working on Ramon's design, but that can be a future stream, I believe. I do have fun plans for this little fellow. This little fellow here. I feel like I made some good progress. Oh, you sent me a picture, Jambo? Where, I'll have a little goosey gander. 6 does look like they're wearing big sunnies. Ooh. Crab claw sunnies could be just a really fun, just like, design as well, honestly. Oh, I don't know how to feel about this picture, Amber. Oh. I feel like it's a bad omen. Troubling, foreboding images. Is there a way that I can get that up on the screen before I go to burden the rest of you all with it? When I go to Instagram, log in. You know what? I'll open a separate Google tab. It's probably the wiser thing to do. I mean, it's probably good for reference images, but it's just upsetting. I don't know why you do this to me, Amber. You know what? I have faith in you. I'm going to copy the image. If I switch to the other tab, it's going cracking out. Oh, don't worry, Anne. It's not cursed. I'll leave you guys with this delightful image for the night of a little fish food buffet. It looks like they've been caught doing something they shouldn't be doing. Like maybe they're hoarding the shrimp or something. It's quite... It's kind of... Could also be a family dinner. It's I feel like we've just like intruded on something kind of personal. And I don't know how to describe the emotions that this image gives. They're all just munching away, aren't they? But there you go. On that touching note, I may have to love and leave you, friendulons. Probably next Wednesday, if my availability is good, I will stream again. And I love how my hands look when I reach forwards like this. They're so goofy. It's like, woo. But yeah, the expression is quite good, Amber. But I may have to bring this stream to a close. I wish you all a good night, friendulons. I'm not going to leave you on this image. I'll move to something a bit more wholesome. Like fan favorite number 10. Little guy, look at him shining his little pearly whites at us. And on that more touching, heartwarming note, I shall wish all of you guys a guten Nighten in stream.